their concern is also valid as much as their fears are invalid. Do you get? So concern is your child coming in as a graduate, like after they are done with their first degree.
Yeah.
It gives you as a parent a rest of mind because they are coming with some sense of maturity. They have been able to practice good decision making, and they know what they like, they know what they don't like. So you have a little more peace and rest, and they are not really put in this emotional dilemma of loneliness. They will better know how to navigate through that system.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful episode on Chat with Rutherford. I know you all have missed me. Well, I have missed you too, and I'm here again to discuss an interesting and juicy topic, and I'm sure you are so going to love it. So, remember on a previous episode, I talked about how immigrants can, thrive abroad. So, I'm here to discuss something similar. I have someone here that my guest actually, she came in here to study and she's done, she's through. So she's going to just give us a little tip, explain the process, the journey, and I'm sure you'll learn one or two things. My guest is none other than Esther Ajua.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry if I didn't get that right. Okay, well, I'll give the opportunity rather to introduce yourself. So let's get to meet you.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Esther Ajua.
I know, right?
Anyways, I moved from Nigeria to Canada like a couple of years back, and I came as an international student for my undergrad studies. So basically, what made me choose to come to Canada? So actually, I tried getting into a Nigeria. You all know how Nigeria system
I know,
is.
right? I know.
And then I wanted to study med, right? I wanted to be a medical student. So I tried a couple of times. So I remember trying for a private school then, like my second round, because I tried twice. And I had a friend who was like, why are you spending this much money going to a private school for med when your parents can just add in just some more money and then you come to Canada, because she herself, she was coming to Canada. So that was how she was very convincing, and that was how I found myself
here.
I started the process, and then I came to Canada. That was my story. So did I ever regret it? No, I did not regret the journey.
Definitely,
Like,
I know,
it
right?
was a good part. So that's just a little introduction. So I'll just hand myself back to Ruth to finish.
I know,
Okay,
right?
go on.
Amazing. Okay, that's good. Okay, let me just do a follow-up question,
Okay.
on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So you said you're trying to get into the university back home. It wasn't like very fruitful and you just thought about it that okay, let me try, outside and all. So if you had gotten definitely somewhere back home, you wouldn't have considered
Like,
this
I actually
or
did get in. Like, I got in
oh,
back home, but I chose here because I chose to pray about it and actually find out what God wanted for me. So apparently it was God was like, okay, you come here. So I think that was my journey too.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, now let's talk about the challenges, that you faced and well, you and we will also generalize it, young people generally, the challenges that comes with studying abroad, because it's a different place, it's more developed, trying to fit into the system and all, so.
Well, like, there are several of them, and the first thing that actually comes to mind, just thinking about my experience, is loneliness. Actually, is actually the change coming from a country where it's more community based, and you get to actually make friends into a place where it's more like a mind your business kind of society. And so that change was not really easy, and starting over from the very beginning, trying to make new friends, trying to form my own community and things like
I
that.
can relate.
I feel like that was one of my biggest challenges that I faced. Then also maybe the study system, because like, I don't know how it is now in Nigeria, but then I remember it used to be 70, and then you just do one test, you do maybe a couple of assignments, maybe in Nigeria, and you write your exams. But I felt like the system here was more demanding than I thought, actually, because you have to not just the assignments, like you have consistent a lot of assignments,
Mm.
class participation, you have to do group work, you
Mm.
have to do labs, like the labs felt like another class itself. So that change, like in that system, I felt that was a little bit also challenging for me,
Mm.
just trying to make sure I'm able to balance myself.
Mm.
Then for me, balancing work and balancing school
Mm.
was also one of the
Okay.
system. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, well, I can relate with that part, because it's very important when you have people like, friends that you can talk to. That will help you to, get into the system very well. When there are assignments or tasks, you need further explanation and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is very important. They mentioned something about you working like part time.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Part time, and then just trying to balance that with school.
Balance while working and studying,
Mm.
because with what you just downloaded now, studying is a whole lot. Then
You have to
adding
study a
work.
lot, like obviously, like you spend more time, a lot of time doing your studying, and
Mm,
then
mm,
meeting friends, you meet people. But aside from these challenges that I face, like other people face other challenges like peer group influence, right?
mm,
So people have issues because it's still this same community based, this same people, friendship, and things like that.
yeah.
So sometimes you get to meet the right people, and sometimes you get to meet the wrong people.
Mm,
So those are some other challenges that
challenges.
other people may face.
Mm. So with all this now, did you even have time for yourself at all?
I did, like
Because
that's what.
back home, in as much as we are busy juggling, even weekend you can still go out to flex or do something. Did you even have time for that at all? Or it was just study, work, back to back?
No, no, no. I actually had time, right? You still have to, like, I made time for church too, which was also very important to me.
Mm,
Then, as I started making friends, I had to also learn to go out for outings and
mm-hmm.
that. So when I
Mm,
came, I remember having a particular friend. She was so nice, like, and trying to navigate my way through, trying to know. She was there showing me all the fancy places here.
mm,
So yeah, so I had time. So basically, it's just learning how to live, have this work balance, life balance,
mm,
study balance,
mm.
community balance, and friendship.
So now let's come to parents. Because most parents they might just feel that, okay, I'm not sure my child is old enough, mature enough to come here to study. So they prefer they should come in here as for graduate studies rather than like for the masters and all that, rather than to come here to for the 4 years course and all that. What do you think about this? Do you
Well,
do you also think it's very very true? Like if parents have
I
that kind of worry
I
per
feel
se.
like their concern is also valid as much as their fears are invalid.
Hmm.
Do you get? So concern is your child coming in as a graduate, like after they are done with their first degree,
Yeah.
it gives you as a parent a rest of mind
Mm-hmm.
because they are coming with some sense of maturity. They have been able to practice good decision making, and they know what they like, they know what they don't like. So you have a little more peace and rest, and they are not really put in this emotional dilemma of loneliness. They will better know how to navigate through that system. But
Mm.
when your child is young, when your child is 16, and I came in here 18, well, I was already a little bit of, I just became an adult coming
Yeah,
in here.
yeah,
But somebody who is coming 16, like the parents, they do have some worries, right? Because
yeah.
a 16-year-old, they feel they know what they want, they feel they don't know,
Mm.
there's this mix of emotions and
Mm-hmm.
all that. And their fears are also valid. And as a parent, what you should actually ask yourself is, okay, what opportunities am I creating for this child?
Mm.
So for your child coming in here 16, you are creating a wealth of opportunities for them
Mm-hmm.
in a country that is more developed,
Mm.
and they could actually find things they actually love. Coming back from back home, I think I was thinking, oh, I love this, I love that, I love that. But coming into a place where more opportunities, and you
Mm-hmm.
actually get to see that there were some things you actually didn't know about, or there are some things you never knew you liked because you never had any point to experience that in
That
your
thing.
life
Mm-hmm.
back home.
Sure, very
So
sure.
here you came, you were able to experience it, right? So for your 16 years old, although you are worried about those other factors, but looking at the opportunities that you may be creating for them, to be able to get to know themselves, most
Mm.
importantly for their careers and their jobs.
Mm.
Like that's a valid reason to be able to bring your child in here. That's
Mm.
something you should actually think about, that okay, I think this is actually good
Very
to bring
important.
them. And the maturity and the growth you will be bringing to that particular child, that may not easily be accessible, or it is accessible, but I feel like Africa kind of like guides you through almost every process.
Mm.
But when you send a 16-year-old child, they are very independent, right?
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, so that's what I feel. So as much as you are concerned, I think it's also just take that step of faith
Yeah,
sometimes
just
can
allow it.
create
It's all for the better.
good. Is for a better future at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So is what step or what per se should parents then do to prepare the child so that at least they have a little bit of peace of mind, coming here.
I would say the first area to deposit in your child is their relationship with God, their spiritual life.
Mm.
Because when a child has God, that's already like a guiding process for them, because they have the fear of God in their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some things as a parent you will not worry about, like
Mm.
peer influence or your child making the wrong decision sometimes. Like you know that as a parent, you will know that the devil has to put in an extra effort to get your child to move to the wrong path, right?
Yeah.
Because you have given them God, you've given them Christ, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing you should do for a child. You should deposit into their spiritual life, take them to church, get them to be more involved in their church family back
Mm.
home.
Mm.
So coming in here is already part of them. They are not in like they are not they are not finding it different or
Mm.
so. It's just
Mm.
something they love to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first area you should deposit in your child. The
Mm-hmm.
second area is, like try and help them to learn how to make their own decisions, right? Because that's going to help them here. Try and give them options. If you go out with your child to a grocery store or to go and shop, try and let them pick what they actually would like. Because right here, many people don't get here. You learn how to make good decisions, and if you have not learned that skill before
Back
coming
home.
here, you'll find it difficult making you be calling mommy and daddy all the time, or calling one person or the other all the time. So help your child to learn how to make good decisions. Teach them how to make good decisions. That's going to help them.
Mm.
And help them to have a willing heart, a willingness of heart to learn, and put them sometimes in difficult situations and see how they can adapt to that particular situation, or
Mm.
how they can provide
That's
solutions to
that's
that
key.
particular situation. So it
Mm.
may not be something too heavy back home. Give them a task and see them, walk through that particular task and help them,
Mm.
because that's all they are going to be doing here, just
Mm.
trying to navigate through life.
Mm.
So as a parent, their spiritual life comes first,
Mm.
then their emotional life too is also very important.
Mm.
Remind them of who they are,
Mm.
remind them that they are a child, they are children of God, and that the spirit of God is in them and they are not alone.
Mm.
Because that was what really helped me, knowing that I had God with me, I had the Holy Spirit, I had Jesus. I'm not alone. So instill that in the life of your child, that they are not alone, and that would also help their mental health and
Mm.
things like that. So
Awesome.
yeah, so that's what I feel. Those are some of the things the parents can do
Do.
to help their child.
Amazing, amazing. Then what about the child? Like you now, what were some things you did to prepare yourself for coming here? To prepare yourself academically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all round. Yeah.
So first of all, I always start from the spiritual part of life, because that's the basis of any. If anything is going
Mm.
to go smoothly, you should start first of all from your spiritual
Spiritual.
life.
Mm.
That will aid other aspects. So spiritually, try and learn, as somebody who is coming from Nigeria. Try and learn how to have a relationship with Jesus. Try and learn how to pray and how to study your Bible on your own,
Mm.
outside of church or outside of religious activities. Just try and learn how to pray alone, how to study the word, and how to be a friend of God, just spending time with God. So when you already know that, or let's just put it at the basis, you don't need to spend 1 hour, 2 hours, just learn how to do morning devotion.
Mm.
That would help you a lot in your relation, for me that helped me a lot. So
Okay.
just learn that. So that's the first thing I think a child should also do to prepare themselves here. Secondly, you have to remind yourself that the purpose of you leaving your country here is your academics. Some people
Very
come over
important.
here and they forget, they lose focus of why they were sent here.
Mm.
So you must remind yourself that and prepare yourself that you are coming for a goal and that you are expected to fulfill that particular goal.
Yeah.
So you learn how to read. I feel that the challenges that I have had, even getting to know other people who have had academical challenges, even here, many people don't know how to study. They don't know how to study the right way. And learning how to navigate through online resources will help you know how to study and read. Then, thirdly, another thing you could do is basic life skills. Learn how to go do grocery shopping on your own.
Mm.
Learn how to
Yeah,
go
there is
and shop.
definition of do it yourself. Everything
Yes,
you do it
everything you do.
yourself.
And you'll be so surprised how many people may initially find this because it's not something you're so used to mommy or daddy
Sure, sure.
doing things for you.
Mhm.
But learn how to just shop for yourself, do groceries for yourself, learn how to, interact with people, keep small
Mm.
talks with people. So
Interaction is
those are
important.
little things that you can do. Learn how to manage your finances before coming here.
Mm.
That's one of the things that they can do to
Mm.
prepare themselves.
Mm.
Another thing is practice your decision making skills to learn how
Mm.
to adapt to situations
Mm.
and or provide problems solutions to problems.
Mm.
So those are some ways you can actually prepare yourself, right,
Mm.
before coming here.
Mm. Amazing, amazing. So finally, now I would say because this one is very, very important. Homesickness, like when you come and like you're just missing your mom, you're missing your dad, you're missing your sister, your brother. How were you able to manage that? How do you think young people can manage that when they come here? Because it can be so difficult. If they're
Yes.
not careful.
The first thing is from I don't think you should most people when they leave Nigeria they move from okay talking to mommy and daddy and they are not even really talking.
Mm.
That's really hard. It's a hard transition. So
Yeah.
start little by little. Keep the video calls with mommy and daddy very consistent. Even with your family, you should always call them and
Mm.
talk to them.
Mm.
But at the beginning, try with the video calls, keep it very consistent
Mm.
and slowly navigate on your own. Make good friends. You need friends, you need
Here.
people, you need
Be-
like this is not even about loneliness, you need people,
Mm.
right? So try and build good community around yourself, good friends, and just allow them be around you because you're not always going to call mommy, you're not always going to call daddy. Even if that video call is there, that calling is there,
That's one thing I learned
have
actually because miles apart. So definitely it's the people that are here that can help you much faster. So you
yes,
also need
here,
to
good.
focus. Yeah.
Focus here. Just build that community around you. Join a church community. Like that looks vague sometimes when you tell people like belong to a church community. Like
Mm.
even if it's not also church community, good groups, good community based settings
Mm.
where you get to meet people.
Mm.
So most people deal with loneliness by staying in their house all day and you get depressed.
Mm.
So
Mm.
what you need to do with loneliness is to break the boundary around yourself, the
Mm.
things that you have set around yourself.
Mm.
So you have to come out from your comfort zone,
Mm.
and that includes meeting people, going out, volunteer,
Mm.
pick a place to volunteer in a student group or in a church setting or in a hospital. Just volunteer.
Mm.
Just get to give back to the society.
Mm.
Find out something that you love, that you really
Mm.
really love, that is
Mm.
not academic based or something, and try and get to do it. It could be dancing, it could
Mm.
be acting, it could be drama, it
Mm.
could be anything. Find that particular thing that you love to do and find a place to do it. I know people who went to dancing schools and they went to what is it called? They went to music schools
Mm.
and doing some music stuff just to keep themselves out or get to do something musical incline or
Yeah,
something
something also different from
from
like
what
the
they are.
academics because you can also feel bored,
You can
overwhelmed,
feel
tired.
the
So you need to balance it.
yes, and then have your Netflix and chill.
Mm. I like that.
just just learn to watch your movies and learn
Mm.
to enjoy your own company. And I feel that's also why many people find it
Mm.
so difficult because in Africa, we are so used to everybody being your own thing, your own business, not having your
Yeah.
own mental space. And
Mm.
when you come here, you have
It's
too much of your
different.
mental space. But
Mm.
learn to have
Now we don't know how
that.
to manage it.
Yes. So just learn to have that balance. Like
Mm.
I have my mental space. Enjoy your own company, chill, eat biscuits, go on Instagram, enjoy yourself, do those things as much as you're also putting yourself out there
Mm.
and meeting people. So I
Mm.
think that's the best way to deal with it. And one one important thing is, especially when a child is just coming, have mentors. One thing a parent can do, have good mentors
Hmm.
around you. These are not your friends, these are mentors. These are people who have walked ahead of you. You know, they've experienced that part. Have good mentors and ask them questions, because you will always have questions or things. And the most important thing is that you want answers from the right people, not just from anybody.
Hmm.
So have good mentors around you, people you look up to. They don't have to be 40 or something. It could be somebody who is just 3 years or even a couple of years older than you, who have gone through your same path. Then get to talk with them. That would also help you a lot.
Maybe it's the way you said the ending part. It now got me emotional, like like the tempo, the words just came out. But wow, it's been really amazing. Honestly, amazing. I'm sure people will learn, one or two things here. You remember I told you all, like, you are going to definitely learn something. This episode is power packed. It's very interesting. So thank you so much, Esther,
Thank
for gracing my
you.
green chair.
Thank you for inviting me to Grace.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Yeah, please, in the comment section, just let me know. Yeah, you can also give your own suggestions as well, what you think, yeah, regarding studying, abroad. There are challenges definitely and all, but we can also balance it and have a wonderful experience generally, when we come here to study. I love you all till I come your way again next time. It's your girl, the Ford. Bye.
Hi.